In the last 3 lessons, we looked at some of the problems beguiling the end of high school assessment system. From its Victorian origins in the Industrial Revolution, the high-stakes narrowing of assessment has remained doggedly in place for over 150 years. COVID-19 showed us just how fragile it is, how inflexible, and it also exposed the machinery of high-stakes assessment, which is often more focused on results than learning. We had a major opportunity after COVID to do things differently, but we didn't take that opportunity. We've also explored how university admissions have an inordinate influence on the way the end of high school is assessed, which adds to the pressure and doesn't always allow for the type of learning that we should be nurturing in today's complex world, characterized by rapid cycles of disruption. In this last lesson, we'll look at alternative assessment methods, many of them driven by advances in technology. Perhaps it is here that we should be focusing our attention in the coming years. If we want to change assessment and design curriculum that's truly dedicated to human flourishing, we have to change the system. Imagine if high school felt like primary school. Early education thrives on holistic development, creativity, and joy, guided by pioneers like Piaget and Montessori. This happens mainly because it's free from high-stakes testing, allowing for genuine inquiry and deep learning. Inquiry-based and project-based learning, proven to boost engagement and skills, flourish here, but steadily diminish as students face exam pressure. The arts, crucial for development, also often decline in high school. This testing over learning culture even encroaches on some primary year models. Now, to foster creativity, well-being, and authentic learning throughout, we must challenge the dominant assessment paradigm and inject the spirit of primary school into high school. There are other alternatives. The education world is full of them, in fact. Now, these alternatives to the rigid, high-stakes school examination model involve vocational courses, for example, popular in countries like Switzerland and Germany, which offer practical, in-demand pathways to employment. And then there are new innovations like micro-credentialing and digital badges, which provide flexible, bite-sized learning opportunities, recognizing diverse skills beyond academics. Initiatives like the Global Citizenship Diploma at Yokohama International School and the Mastery Transcript Consortium in the United States also aim to showcase broader competencies moving beyond single grades. Projects like the International Baccalaureate and Atlantic College's Systems Transformation Pathway embed real-world action into the curriculum. The International School of Geneva's Learner Passport tracks development in 7 life-worthy competences, while HoloTracker uses technology for continuous feedback, and Amala, focusing on refugees, offers competency-based diplomas without traditional exams. The challenge? It's gaining widespread university and employer recognition of these innovative approaches, which are currently often seen as supplementary, especially outside the US. Universities grapple with diverse admission strategies. The test optional movement gained traction, notably with the University of California, noting that high school grades are a better indicator of college performance, and Bates College finding no significant difference in graduation rates between test submitters and non-submitters. However, several elite universities are reinstating tests, arguing they mitigate bias. In other application components, interviews and personal statements offer broad insights but can also reflect socioeconomic advantage. Sports and arts scholarships provide alternative pathways, though they are susceptible to abuse. Ultimately, the debate centers on fairness and what genuinely predicts success beyond traditional academic metrics. Schools can revolutionize assessment by learning from the workplace. While traditional workplaces focus on qualifications, forward-thinking organizations prioritize mindset, interpersonal aptitude, and creativity. The World Economic Forum consistently highlights critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork as vital 21st century skills. alongside emerging areas like AI and sustainability, which are rarely explicitly assessed in traditional exams. For instance, AI and machine learning specialists are among the fastest growing jobs, yet their core skills are largely ignored in current high school assessment. Embracing tools like personality tests, which assess values, preferences, and transferable skills, such as teamwork and resilience, could offer a less stressful, more holistic view of student potential, fostering self-awareness over rote memorization. Furthermore, moving from industrial performance reviews to continuous formative feedback, as many workplaces are now doing, can mitigate the learning bulimia of high-stakes exams. Now, this shift promotes ongoing growth, authentic learning, and a richer narrative of a learning journey, aligning education more closely with the dynamic demands of the future workforce. Many schools are shifting beyond mere academic testing towards assessing broader human potential, aligning with the evolving demands of the 21st century highly complex landscape. Assessing these requires a shift from snapshots to ongoing authentic evaluation over time, tailored to local contexts, moving beyond traditional narrow tests. At the end of the day, whether you're a teacher, a head of school, a board member, or curriculum designer, I would challenge you to broaden assessment, to enrich it, so that it captures the full array of what human beings can do and stimulates the kind of learning we need for today's world, and the kind of world that we'd like to see tomorrow. Changing assessment is an act of the will, a vision that needs to be put into practice. Together, across our various contexts and institutions, let's not be afraid to change assessment for individual, collective, and public goods. To read more on alternative assessments and how we can break the checkerboard of high-stakes, narrow curriculum design, you can go to chapters 7 to 12 in my open access book, Changing Assessment.